You don't want to miss a second of tonight's show because not only do we have fish in a bucket, but we also have, well, Megyn Kelly is here. I mean,
that is so disgusting.
What, you eating the fish?
Yes.
Okay, so Megyn, here's the thing. I want to talk to you about Sarah Palin. I read a story last night that Sarah Palin, they're just hitting her with all kinds of ethics violations, $500,000 in attorney fees.
Yeah.
I don't think this has anything to do with anything other than they are just terrified of this woman.
Not only they hate her, and they're terrified of her.
Yeah.
The two things are related. You know, they're flip sides of the same coin.
Yeah.
But there's 10 ethics complaints against her. Nine were filed after the election was over. So after she came to national prominence and went back and tried to do her job as a governor of Alaska, suddenly they're coming out of the woodwork against this woman. As you mentioned, she's run up over $500,000 in legal fees, which I have to tell you is not hard to do when she gets slapped with these. You got to hire a lawyer to defend you. She only makes,
right?
I am an attorney, I practiced for almost 9 years. She only makes $125,000 a year. And she's got $500,000. She's talking about having to create a legal defense fund just so she can pay the legal bills to defend her on the most ridiculous allegations I've ever heard.
May I hang on just before we get to those? America, you think she's going to have a hard time raising that money for legal defense? No. You go ahead and bring it. Bring it on.
Not so much.
Bring it on.
Some of these complaints, Glenn, one of them is complaining that during the campaign she used her website, some staffer used it to refute an allegation that had been made against her. That allegation was made in March of 2009 for something that happened back in October of 2008. Just now they're sitting around ginning up new ways to go after her.
Doesn't that just show you that they understand? They're not in the dark. They know where America is sitting. They know this woman has captivated a good portion of America because she's real.
Yeah. You know, it reminds me of something a very smart man once told me, which is, it's when they're not talking about you that you have to worry.
Yeah.
And the thing is, if she were completely irrelevant, they wouldn't be bothering her, but she is a real threat, and she elicits such strong emotions, not only now, but as we saw during the campaign, Glenn, to this day, when people stop me on the street and they want to talk about the campaign, women in particular, they have the strongest feelings about this woman. They either love her to death or they hate her to death.
Yeah.
Strong, conservative, her position on abortion in particular gets people all fired up. You know, she stands by what she believes, and she said that from the beginning. I've never seen somebody with such strong emotion.
That's all you need. It's just somebody who's telling you the truth. And you know what? Let me tell you something. The problem is, I was reading Thomas Paine the other day, and he said, this government's going to be great because they'll never vote in a rod against themselves. These guys will have to go back into, private life, and they'll never vote a rod against themselves. But you know what? That is true. They never have. They've never put a rod against attorneys. No offense. They've never put a rod against attorneys. They've never put it about lobbyists. Because that's the game, that's the world they play in.
Yeah.
We have too many damn attorneys in Washington. This is ridiculous. This goes back to the guy who couldn't have his pants, the
$54 million pants.
$54 million pants.
Yeah.
Well, you got to be kidding me.
In that case, you can blame the attorney because the guy who filed the lawsuit was himself an attorney. But listen, having practiced law, I can tell you, most lawyers will look at these BS claims and say, not for me, move along. But not everybody.
Yeah, now, I'm not saying that all attorneys are bad. I get it. All right, America's Newsroom at 6 a.m. Pacific, 9 a.m.
9 a.m. Eastern Time. It's good times.
Good
and
timing.
we will not have any fish or any live animals.
Oh, no.
Live or dead on the show.
We've got them. Oh, is that a PETA thing?
No, it's just that's a disgusting thing.
Because if this would hack PETA off, I'm going to put some.
Who has a dead fish on their stage?
I do.
How,
if it'll hack off PETA, I'm going to dress it up.
It's real. It's actually dead and in that bucket.
That's right.